hello. I'm not going to do the introduction. I'm going to crack on with this. Is Harry more interested in males than females? Windy. Is Harry more interested in males than females? I would be, the universe has no knowledge of that whatsoever. I mean, even at Diddy's party, he didn't run it. There's no knowledge there. And there's no one to say that he is neither. Nobody's come forward, and nobody will, because the universe has no knowledge of it at all. But shall we ask, has Harry ever had that sexual tendencies? Again, no, that's not his plan at all. If that came out, it would so. I think stories in the past may have come up and they've been shot down by the palace as well. Like I say, Harry can't be guilty of everything. Has Princess Anne fully recovered from the horse accident? Yeah, I mean, it shocked her. Don't get me wrong. It shocked her. I think she's more careful in the future. It's more shock than anything else. I'd like a reading on Richard Branson. In my opinion, a few years ago, it was always in the news and a major player. What happened? Do you know what? I think he's ill. Let's just go there. Yeah, why isn't Richard Branson in the news as much? He's close to retirement, if not retired already. Okay, so and he spends time going on holiday and spending time with his family. He's just not as ambitious as he used to be. I think all that. He's comfortable. That's what I get. He's comfortable. But is he in some kind of nursing home? No, no. He has staff coming in and that, but no, he's not in a retirement home. How's his health? So his health, okay, this is communications kind of thing, talking. So, maybe something has affected his speech, the way he talks, it's hampered and communicated. So that could be a sign of dementia or a stroke. Has Richard Branson had a stroke? I'm leaning towards a stroke. No, just staying out of their limelight, I think. But there's definitely something to do with his talking. So it might not be to do with a stroke, but there is communication problems there. How many children has Harry fathered? No. Uh, so you got one that didn't go ahead. Pause for a thought there. I'm getting no. He hadn't fathered any, but that's strange. He's got I think he would have needed help maybe. Did Harry have a problem with his conceiving naturally? Okay, he was always careful here. I don't get he was careful, which is mad really. It'll have been something he's been brought up with, you know. The Queen rammed it down his throat about being careful. Did he need help? I'm getting watching. So he hasn't got anybody else pregnant, okay, except Lily and Archie. But one pregnancy didn't go ahead, okay, that's what I'm getting. One pregnancy didn't go ahead. And was he a child from the 2011 alleged scandal? No, this is something that's plagued him for years, okay? He's been very unhappy with this. Did Harry have to use like IVF and have his sperm or something, you know, done to have a child? No. Well, that makes sense because I've already said earlier in the other video that, you know, it didn't happen that way. It didn't happen. You think about it, you know, everybody would have been wanting to spread their legs for a prince. Sorry to put it so crudely, but, you know, you would, wouldn't you? Well, let's ask this. Was there ever any false claims of someone being pregnant to Harry? Oh, yeah. The Queen would have known about this. The Queen would have known, okay. I think sometimes Harry likes an older woman. Is there any truth in the rumours that Harry had a sexual fling or relationship which resulted in the woman getting pregnant and giving birth to Archie? Look, I know people are repeating the questions, but I will still ask. Is there any truth to it? Only that this woman's been paid to do a job, you know, the Ace of Pentacles here. So only a woman who's been paid to do the job, okay, that's what she was employed for. Question, did H&M buy Archie or Lily from the Ukraine? No. I think somehow some new information would actually cause that question to end, okay, to be ended and not discussed anymore, or, you know, so there's some kind of proof that would, this is the end, this is the end. So it's much to do with their state of mind than anything else. We're getting a last resort here, you know, surrogacy was a last resort. No, definitely not. Will Harry ever live in the UK again? Good question. Right, okay, so I've always said I see Harry without Meghan and the kids in California. So I think he would be coming back and forth. I don't think he'll ever live in the UK full time again, but I think, you know, he'll come over when there is support needed. He actually does quite like it in California. I mean, you can smoke weed, I suppose, you know, there's one of the draws. Yeah, it's just more support, so he'll come back and forth, if anything. Even when he's accepted back into the royal family, I say accepted, it's like when they've made peace, he'll be back and forth, he'll be back and forth. He's got a lot of things in California, in the US, that would warrant keeping him there. His, his kids, his life, his friends when he meets them. His dealings, his businesses, being able to travel all over. So no, I don't think he'll live here full time. Well, the truth come out about H&M's involvement with USA. Well, they definitely have a link, okay, and work as such will it come out. I see this coming out in the news rather than any of them announcing anything. And it'll be made to look positive as well, which I know not many of us want to hear. But on Harry's side, yeah, I've got news coming out, so it'll be on the TV, it'll be in the papers, it'll be on social media. Has any of Harry's charities been used to money launder? I've got two cards there. Well, you've got that guy, haven't you? Who's protecting him in the royal family. William's ex-member of staff. I forget his name now, but he's the guy who was running archetypes, is it, and finances. So you've got an investigation. So it's Meghan that should be worried. It is Meghan. No, it was. Do you remember? I've always said that Meghan was funneling money, and so was Doria. Okay, so they're in trouble. I also heard on Neil Sean not so long back that it's Meghan and Doria who have all the access to the money and make the money decisions. So that makes sense to me that they're in trouble and Harry won't be, because everything's in her name. What are the long-term prospects for Tommy Robinson? I want him to give it up, It's like, I mean, he's only got a little bit of time left, but basically what the lawyers have said and what the judges said is you would have been out months ago if you'd have just taken down a video, okay? And he's not willing to do that as well. And if he's made that stance all the way through, then I think he should give up, really, give up. I mean, the lawyers are. Musk has been involved, sent the lawyers over. But like I said before when we was reading on Tommy, it's more that he has to help himself than anything else, and he's not going to give up. In a way, it's like martyrdom as well, when you come out. I mean, what do you do? Do you change your mind now? Like when you've only got 2 months to go? I mean, he's definitely been uplifted by all the support. I mean, knowing all his friends are said they're free of cups, when he comes out, there'll be a massive party. So, knowing, it's just like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. So, they're not going to keep him in there indefinitely. It is a civil matter. He has been through the ringer. And I think as well, what can happen is when people are talking about mental health, it makes you feel worse, and it worsens the appearance of it and the symptoms as well. Admitting to something, it's out of his hands, okay? So I don't know if there's another appeal. I know there was one. They hadn't made that decision. What will the judge's decision be on this last case? stays where he is, you know. But I'm getting like less than about 6 weeks. Okay, 6 weeks for his positive news. When he comes out, you know, there will be a party and all this lot. I don't know, you know, what would you do in that situation? I think if you've come so far and you've got 2 months less 2 months left on your sentence, then you're just going to stick it through, aren't you? So right now, everything's out of his hands. I think as well, you know, other people fighting over Tommy and saying things like he shouldn't be in there or he should be out or this, that, and the other. Judges don't like being told what to do, okay? And they don't want to come across as being influenced either. How will Reform do in the May elections? They'll gain, right, so they've got more support than he ever had. But I also feel like people are starting to, you know, walk away. All this infighting has not done Reform any good whatsoever. I'll tell you what, with the worst damage has been done by Farage saying that, you know, he wouldn't deport people, you know. Christ. Won't get me started on that. When will H&M's reign of terror end? Well, Meghan Markle. She'll have to, you know, she'll be dead. Yeah, she'll be dead. She'll never stop till she's died. Well, that surprises me. Yeah, you know, stability and consent. So, when will it end? I suppose when Harry makes up with his family. When she gets everything she wants. When will it end? I'm going to ask another card on that. What will it take? That's it. What will it take for Harry and Meghan to stop this reign of terror? I mean, Meghan's incandescent with rage at the royal family because she can't take rejection. Yeah, things aren't going Meghan's way. So I think what it is upon the divorce, you know, they'll have to tie you down. You know, tie you down. I don't even think that neither. You know, I don't. I just see it like, when will she calm down? I don't think she will. She's just so angry at everybody all the time, and any slight, you know, she thinks it's all about her. Will the USA stock market recover soon? Absolutely. Okay. Absolutely. That it will be restored to a balance, and when countries have reached an agreement. So it's already there. But the stock markets, I think, will flourish within 2 years. Within 2 years, you know, it takes a long time to see these tariffs work out, and all the trillions of fraud and abuse as well. So I think, you know, they'll stabilise very soon, but you'll certainly be in a hell of a lot better position in 2 years. And people will agree finally, you know, people will say, oh yeah, did the right thing, this was the right way to go. Until then, it's up and down, you know, you got China, you got Russia, you got Ukraine, you got EU. So then there needs to be like a working together or an agreement. How long till surrogacy kids come out to the public? I don't think they will, to be fair. I think the story comes out, okay, the truth comes out, but I don't think there's a kind of confusion here. I think Meghan will continue to, you know, do what she's doing now with the back of their heads or their arm, or, you know, Meghan's always, she's got photos now and photos in the past, and this is what happened with her pregnancy bump. One minute it looked bigger, and the next minute it didn't. So it's kind of the same scenario as well. I mean, how will this affect, I'll just ask, how will this affect the children in the future? They'll come to learn, you know, it was all about Meghan making money, you know, and profit. How will it work? I think the kids are going to be all right. You know, I've always said this because kids are resilient as well, so they'll have the truth told to them year after year after year. You know, Harry will handle that. Did Charles and Savile get up to shenanigans together? Charles wasn't involved at all, you know. Charles wasn't involved. There's nothing there. There is absolutely nothing there. So that's good. I cannot do anything about that music, by the way. Comes on at 9 o'clock. I'm right behind the entertainment stage, so between 9 and 11, I've got the TV on. Oh, yeah, I don't stay out all night. I have a few nights out, but normally where I was moaning the other day because the English channel of movies wasn't on. It had gone off all through the complex. I kept going to receptions, moaning. Channel 15, not working. Will there be a worldwide depression? This is fixed, okay? This is fixed. I said before, you know, expect more and more presidents and stuff, you know, being replaced by other people. So there's kind of like an army, a new army being built here. But the economy, it's not as bad as we think. Okay, it's not as bad as we're being told neither. Okay, I think of course things are being fixed. It's like telling us aliens exist now, you know. We've got all that technology under the pyramids and all that shit. I don't believe that neither. I really don't, but you know. So I think the economy is not doing too bad at the moment. We're skint, you know, we're skint. They're taking the money from us. Everything's gone up. The food, the petrol, the gas, the electric, everything's gone up. But you know, I don't. For some reason, I don't think the economy is as bad as they're making out. Is the claw adopted by the Markle, Mr. Markle? Okay, I don't feel it's adopted. It's coming up with like a work thing here, you know, an agreement. Was did Mr. Markle meet Doria when she was already pregnant? So they're not related. They're not related. Was Mr. Markle, you know, some kind of arrangement with Meghan? Don't trust, don't trust, don't trust, don't trust, don't trust, don't trust. Okay, so not adopted, but not the father either. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, including Meghan. Okay, this is part of a put-up job I put together. Why? Why would they do that? That's always puzzled me. Yeah, untrustworthy. And yeah, her brother is even worse. Brother's even worse. I think this was, you know, a put-up job for Harry. Was it a put-up job to secure Harry? Yeah, to trap him as well. Look, there's no way you don't invite your dad to give you away when he did the first time, apparently. I think it's a put-up job, this. I really do. Somebody else's input into this, so they're stuck in a situation. I mean, I don't know. I just don't trust them. I do not trust all of them, including Sam. I know it's mean and everything, but I do not. I just vehemently do not trust them. There's something wrong. Will there be a war? Well, we've got wars going on, so will there be a war coming? You know, a big war, like World War III war. That would be Putin. That would be Putin, okay? It's not Zelensky. It's Putin. So, no, I'm seeing trying to stave this one off, you know, trying to stave it off. You've got key players in here. You've got a board of people. There's a group of people. There's obviously threats, but I don't see a war as such. Not a new one anyway. I know that it's going on already. Someone is trying to keep the balance here. See, a very sensible man. What will William do to Harry and when he becomes king? He will honour his mother's wishes and the Queen. The Queen wanted him to make her. Diana always wanted Harry to support their brother. So there may come a time that actually happens. And I don't know how to zigzag it, how they actually get there in the cause. They've a long road ahead, but I would certainly say in the next 2 years. Does Harry want IPP status just so that he can get access to MI5 and MI6? He wants it for many reasons. It's about the kids, okay? Wanting to know what they have on record about his children and these so-called pregnancies. And yeah, he does want, you know, information. He just wants to feel important. That's it, you know. He wants to feel important. Why is the king letting these two having damage done to YouTubers and the royals also putting too much on William's shoulders? Again, you know, it's about Diana and it's about the Queen, really. This is more to do with the Queen on this, respecting the Queen's wishes. She doesn't wish it. I mean, she didn't wish something for Andrew, and the King tried doing it, you know, which is, how dare you? How dare you dishonour the Queen? Can't stop caring about somebody when they're your son, grandson, just because the world don't agree and the world don't like it. You know, certain things can't ever be undone. And it, like I said, Harry, whether we like it or not, is a member of the royal family. Never mind working. And you know, Meghan's been their problem as well. So, no, I'm afraid that's why they let it. And obviously, as well, the Queen knew what she was doing by letting Harry go, removing his titles, and you got jolly off with your wife and see what comes of it, because she was wise. And anybody knows a relationship like that, and knowing Harry as well, will break down, you know, especially the person like Meghan. The king can just put pen to paper and wipe them off the globe. It is not fair for William. But we don't actually know for certain what William thinks or feels on this. I don't think you can just go setting precedents by kicking family members off because they've pissed you off, you know. It's not the way you do things, and if you start messing with the monarchy like that, and such, you know, a magnitude of change, action, you know, that's putting the monarchy in danger. I think they hope that they'll just get tired and bored and run out of stuff like they are running out of stuff, and this is why Meghan is selling her knickers on Instagram. How long will King Charles be king for? Not long. Not long. Which begs another question. Somebody asked me the other day, you know, why haven't we seen Catherine? You know, King's got cancer and he's got full on, and Catherine isn't. Catherine and William are setting up, obviously, becoming Queen and King a lot sooner than they imagined. So he's already dying, I've told you this. He's going to get incredibly worse and ill as the months go on. So he has got another hospital admission. There can be complicated. Oh, I've got a single all over me. I would say within 2 years. He's only got 2 years max. He's going to go into hospital. It becomes increasingly unable to carry out his duties. And why is he doing it now? Because he's waited all his bloody life. He's going hell for leather, you know. He wants to squeeze in as much as possible. And I can't blame the man, okay? Catherine, she's got post-traumatic stress over the cancer. It does happen as well. You know, always a fear of what, that it could come back, you know. Having to tell children, you know, it's been bad for her, and she's young as well, so don't forget, like, as you get older you maybe think, oh right, okay, well, I've had my life and this, I brought my kids up. It's, you know, King Charles has brought his children, they're all fully adults with he's got grandchildren. Catherine, she had young babies, you know, young babies. Will the truth ever come out about H&M? The children, the charity scams, the lies, the dodgy dealings. Is there meant to be, you know, is there going to be more damaging revelations around these things? Certainly going to get done for the money, and that's soon as well, okay? They're going to get done and accused of fraud for the money. Again, Meghan and Doria, you know, they seem to be going to get it in their neck. That person who's head of Archwell and who works for William, his main job is to protect Harry. Don't give a shit about these two. Will they refuse to let him appeal again at a higher court? So this is if, I imagine, if things don't go his way. So, you know, will he be allowed? Well, he was told he couldn't last time, and he has done. Will Harry appeal again? Will he be allowed to appeal once more? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I don't think so. This is security, so no security. It's they'll be told he has to pay. I think this gets resolved in a different way. People said, oh, Charles will step in and have a word with the judge. I don't think so. Okay, definitely not. But Harry, you know, might get the money off his dad to pay for as well. Now, is Harry only pursuing this for IPP status? Seven of Swords, okay, last to be revealed. So it's information, you know, it's total lies. I don't know why, but I just feel this IPP status is not just about information. I feel it is to do with the kids. Is Harry's focus on IPP? Oh, my husband's over there getting chatted up by two women. Anyway, I don't mind. Right, okay, so is Harry's IPP status, is this about his children's information? Absolutely, okay, absolutely. Look at that, very, very upset. Doesn't know what people know, wants to know, you know, what it's all about. Obviously, he's not talking to his dad, and he can't. He hasn't got that relationship or access to MI5 or MI6. Yeah, this is to do with upsetment as well with their children. And his mum. I just get and his mum. Thing is, he had all this before he left, so I don't know. The only things that have changed is the birth of the children. Okay. Because if there was any threat with Harry and his security, basically, he would be told, he definitely would be told, his security team would be told as well. There's no way Charles or anybody, MI5, MI6, is going to let anything happen to Harry at all. So, okay guys, that's it for now. The next trench will be later before I go out, so you'll see me all glammed up. But for now, I'm going to go and get a tan. Okay. Alright guys, I hope you've enjoyed that. I've loved every minute. If you've enjoyed it, please subscribe. I could do with it. Okay. Alright guys, bye now. Bye bye.